When the waters are deep, friends carry me over. When I cry in my sleep, love, call me home. Time, ferry me down the river. Friends, carry me safely over. Life, tend me on my journey. Love, call me home. When the waters are cold, friends, carry me over. When I'm losing my hold, love, call me home. Time, ferry me down the river. Friends, carry me safely over. Life, tend me on my journey. Love, call me home.
Welcome, welcome. It's good to hear your voices and it's good to see your faces. I wish, of course, that we were all together in our building, which can have people in it again, except that we are not supposed to be all together like that right now. And so we gather like this. We begin our season together like this. It is a strange season, but still the world is beautiful, full of bees in sunflowers and monarchs on the breeze, full of blue skies and apples in the trees. And still, just this week, I saw someone that I hadn't seen in a long time, and I had to restrain myself from hugging them. And it's like that all the time, always holding back. And it's so hard. And I'm grateful that we can gather like this. And in this way, show and we can forget that gathering like this means that we treasure each other, that we value life, and that we value each other's lives very much. And so, although it's hard, I hope that you can feel in this gathering that we treasure each other, that this way of being together that's kind of uncomfortable is a treasuring and a deep love and regard for each other. So although we are not together in body as we would like to be, we are gathered to renew ourselves, to gather up our strength, to renew growing together. And in a world that is suffering, that renewal is needed so that we can tend the earth and grow justice and insist on the reality that life is a sacred miracle and that we are kin. So in kitchen and backyard, in living room and barn, it turns out this morning, in the rider's seat of the car, still safe in a warm bed, from all these places we gather. And though we are in many places, we are gathered, heart and mind and love itself. We are gathered. Welcome. I invite you to join in singing our opening hymn together. The words will be in the chat, but this first hymn is a chant with very simple words, so you may be able to just listen to them and sing along. The earth, the water, the fire, the air.
Return,
I light our chalice. And if you have a candle or a chalice in your home, I invite you to light it now also. And you may be out of the practice. And today we will gather ourselves in all kinds of ways to be ready to be together. So I'll light this chalice that has been in our sanctuary for so many years, that holds the beautiful wood of this earth. I invite you to speak the words of our covenant, which I think will be in the chat. Yes, they'll be in the chat. And you can speak those words from home and light your chalice. And I invite you to look through all these faces that hold this light. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth, its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to respect the nurturing power within all of us. Thus do we covenant. For many years, this congregation, like many Unitarian Universalist congregations, has celebrated a water communion, a gathering of the waters, as part of our ingathering of our congregation. And so some of you have probably gathered some water this summer from maybe different places than usual, but maybe some of the same beautiful lakes and streams and backyard spigots. And as I prepared for our gathering, I realized that this year is different from all of those other years when we gathered water together, and that the ritual needed to change and expand a little bit to meet this moment when we are gathering so differently, both in this congregation and in so many ways. And so this morning, our ingathering is of water, but also of fire. We're also going to gather up the energies of the air and the groundedness of the earth. We need all those resources to have the strength and persistence and inspiration to keep meeting this moment that is not getting easier. The world needs so much, and so we have to gather so much energy and create so much energy together to keep participating fully. So if you have your water, I'll invite you in a few minutes to help create an altar with that. And then this weekend, over the next couple of weeks, we'll build ourselves some altars that have all those elements, all those energies and resources. So I have a reading this morning that calls in all of the elements, all of the energies. Welcome, element of air. Blow the staleness away and fill our lungs. Help us bring freshness into our lives. Let there be clear skies and clear minds for us to see our way. Let our words create a safe space and a brave space. Blessed be. Welcome, element of fire. Come into our hearts and warm us. Help us emerge from hibernation, isolation, to greet each other. Let passion glow on our birthright as we fight injustice. Let our emotions out from all their hiding places. Blessed be. Welcome, powers of the waters. Rain on us. That is a blessing that we call for these days, isn't it? Rain on us. Quench our thirst. Help us remember the ocean womb from which we come. Let none of us be disconnected. Let our moods be flowing back and forth until all is one. Let the drought of separation be over. Blessed be. Welcome, powers of the north, the element of the earth. Strengthen our resolve and keep us centered. Help us be here now. Let our bodies be strong for loving one another. Let the dizziness of this world pass, and all of us find ourselves together on one planet. Because of our struggles and our magic, may a greater circle be cast of love and social harmony. Blessed be. The elements described in this reading, the classical elements, they're very concrete, and they're also very symbolic. And so when we gather them together, we can do it in a very tangible way and also in a very emotional and intellectual way. And all of those things can work together. So we start this gathering of the energies with a joyful gathering of water.
Blessing the Boats by Lucille Clifton. May the tide that is entering even now the lip of our understanding carry you out beyond the face of fear. May you kiss the wind, then turn from it, certain that it will love your back. May you open your eyes to water, water waving forever. And may you, in your innocence, sail through this to that.
Already we're seeing and hearing how we put the elements together and things happen that don't happen when it's just a single element. This morning we have another treat that is a blending of the elements that Taylor O'Donnell and our choir put together. So welcome to Taylor O'Donnell, our wonderful new music director, and thank all of you who helped create this blending of the elements.
Everyone see this okay?
When I breathe in,
When I breathe in,
I breathe in
I breathe
peace.
in peace.
When I breathe in, I breathe in peace.
When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace.
I'll breathe in
When
peace.
I breathe in peace.
This is a time when breathing has new and deeper significance, when we notice that it is a miracle that we get to keep breathing. This is a time when we are tremendously ungrounded, by which I mean, as a culture and individually, we are not well connected to the source of our being and to the relationships in the most tangible way. And by ungrounded, I also mean that the rate of change, the frequency of new disasters is so rapid and so intense that we can't possibly feel what we feel about it and begin to be able to think about it before the next thing happens. So we're always just trying to get our footing again, sometimes literally, but also just understand the meaning of things. And also those two things, the fact that it's hard to be connected and that we're just always sort of in panic about what's happening next, makes it hard for us to persist, to be constant in what we are doing in our lives, to be grounded. Worship on Zoom is not a particularly grounded experience. It's so intangible. We're present and yet we're not there. And so I think it's so important for us to keep finding ways to make this more grounded, to have things be tangible, to make places where we can literally, materially connect to the life force of this planet that sustains us. I am immensely grateful that we have this way of being together in this time. And to be able to renew ourselves, to be able to return to our commitments, we also need that sense of being grounded, of being physically connected to life. Buddhist teacher John Powell says, he said this a little earlier in the pandemic, while the protests for racial justice were everywhere. Resilience is a collective effort. And I hold on to that as a little piece of wisdom to carry me forward. Collective means having your people. Here are your people. It's good to see you. And it means having your world. John Muir says, the sun shines not on us, but in us. The rivers flow not past us, but through us. Thrilling, tingling, vibrating every fiber and cell of the substance of our bodies, making them glide and sing. The trees wave and the flowers bloom in our bodies, as well as our souls, and in every bird song, wind song, and tremendous storm song, and the songs of the rocks in the heart of the mountains. That is our song too, our very own, and it sings our love. That is to rediscover the deep interweaving. And that is why, as we gather, I call in all four elements of our earth so that our resilience can be a collective endeavor. Human and apple, mountain and dragonfly, red fox, rainstorms, lightning bolt, and distant star. That all of these together build our resilience and meet this moment. A huge resilience for a huge time. And a joyful and playful and surprising resilience for these overwhelming days. And I give you this line, which is my other piece of wisdom that I have known for a long time and just go back to over and over again. It's from the movie, The Year of Living Dangerously. The title seemed appropriate. Add your light to the sum of the light. Give love to whomever God has placed in your path. Last year, when we switched to Zoom quickly, we put money in baskets or bowls at home. And then at the end of the year, we put it toward the green and growing things around our renovated building. And this year, our offering will be also about keeping us grounded, but it will be the usual practice of a Sunday morning offering that just continually sustains our community doing what our community does. We have something on our website now where you can make a donation directly to the Sunday offering. So you might go there on Sunday mornings, the link is in the chat, and make a donation right there for the Sunday plate. But you might also like to keep putting something into a bowl or a basket to have that very tangible experience and that practice of holding something and having something to touch that represents how we sustain this community. And then periodically send it in to the office or go to that link at the website. Either way, the offering is a grounding practice. It brings us back to what we value and what we care about most. We'll have a moment of music so that you can engage this offering practice however feeds your spirit in this moment.
Life offers a chance for friends to carry us over. Time can stop or dance forever. Love, call me home. Time, ferry me down the river. Friends, carry me safely over. Life, tend me on my journey. Love, call me home.
I invite you to join in the blessing of song with our closing hymn, Turn the World Around.
We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Whoa, so is life. Ah, so is life. Whoa, so is life. Ah, so is life. Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Whoa, so is life a patiwa. So is life. Whoa, so is life a patiwa. So is life. Water makes the river, river wash the mountain. Fire makes the sunlight turn the world around. Heart is of the river, body is the mountain. For spirit is the sunlight, turn the world around. We are of the spirit, truly of the spirit. Only can the spirit turn the world around. Whoa, so is life a patiwa. Ha, so is life. Whoa, so is life a patiwa. Ha, so is life. Whoa, so is life a patiwa. So is life. Whoa, so is life a patiwa. So is life.
So good to be with you all this morning and to sing with you all this morning. I could feel your voices even if I couldn't hear us singing together. Blessings on your days. I invite you to say our unison benediction together before we go for our coffee hour. I hope you'll stay for coffee hour today. Go in peace. Speak truth. Give thanks each day. Respect the earth and all creatures, for they are alive like you. Care for your body. It is a wondrous gift. Be gentle with yourself. Live simply. Be of service. Be guided by your faith and not your fear. Go lightly on your way. Walk in a sacred manner.